Here we have an absolutely beautiful beginning taking of tiles. We have two flowers, two jokers. We have a lot of dragons. We have winds. So what I would look at here with this many tiles, first of all, I always look at quints if I start with two or more jokers, even sometimes one. But here, I actually think with all those dragons, I would be looking at the winds and dragons section, and we actually have winds and dragons. So to rearrange, we have a north, a south. We're missing an east and a west, but we have all of these dragons that work together, either the green or the white dragon, and that would be for the fourth hand down. Now, we also have 1, 2, which is consecutive numbers, and we have the pair of flowers, 1, 2, and then we have dragons, and that would be the second hand. So here we have two different hands in that section, and we always say during the Charleston, aim for a section. So I wouldn't need the 6 dot or the 8 bam for either winds and dragons, the second hand, or winds and dragons, the fourth hand. So I'm going to get rid of those two. The next thing is, for the second hand, I would need all of these dragons, but I would not need the north and the south. For the fourth hand, I would only need 2 of the dragons, but I would need to get two more flowers and an east. So I am actually going to think it's very rare that on the first right that you already have to decide and get whittled down to a tile that you need for hands. I'm actually going to get rid of the north. And let's see what happens. So here I picked a 4 dot, a 7 dot, and a 9 crack. So a lot of times I'll put them in order, but here there really isn't an order. I'm going to get rid of the 7 dot, the 9 crack, and the 4 dot. I'll keep that south just in case the winds come back. We need a 3 bam here. Oh, that's interesting. So now we're getting back NEWS. We would need that north back. We don't need the 4. So here comes decision time. Do we want to get rid of the 1 and the 2? And then all we would need, we can call a flower. We can call a dragon. We would still need, we could even use the red for the pair. So I think we're going to pivot. I think we're going to switch going back. Of course, now we hopefully will get that north back. So let's see. Oh, so that's great. We got another dragon. So I'm going to put those together. So now we have our dragons. We can call for the third green dragon. We could call for a flower. We could call for the red dragon. So now we don't need a 6 dot. We don't need an 8 bam. And since we're no longer looking at hand number 2, and I know usually we go for a section, but this happened to be taking of 14 tiles that kind of led us towards 2 specific hands. So now this is the blind pass. So see how it says oh no, we're on second left. So if we wanted to, we could stop it now, but we don't want to. So even though I don't love passing the white dragon because of its multifunction, I'm going to pass that along because I don't need it. Oh, we got our north back. Oh my goodness. And we got a red. So this is interesting. This is our must across. We have to pass. So we definitely will pass the west. We don't need that. So you can't pass a joker. I'm going to pass a red. And I would normally say don't pass a flower. I don't want to pass a tile I need for a single. I don't want to pass another dragon because that might make them keep the dragons. So this is odd, but I'm actually going to pass a flower. Now, this is the must across. If this was a blind pass, I would stop. The rationale here is if anyone throws a flower, I can call it. I'm set to call the 3 green dragons. I'm set to call the 3 red. So that's my rationale of the flower. If you would have passed something different, comment underneath wherever you're watching this. Okay, so we get an extra east, which we don't need. So I'm going to get rid of the 7 dot, the 9 crack. Normally I put them in order by suit, but we don't have any other numbers here. I'm going to pass that. And now we don't need the 8 bam. We don't need the 8 dot. What's interesting is this keeps going around. It's courtesy pass. I don't need to pass it. I could just say 2. My trash might be their treasure, but I'm trying to win here. So I'm actually going to pass that. I know a lot of people would say, nope, keep that. Don't give them something that might be helpful. I think they passed it to us already. So they can take that. And now there's the 3 bam we needed originally, but we don't need that anymore. So now I'm going to get rid of the 7 bam. So what helps players, especially when they're trying to pick up speed, is I know every single thing in my hand I can call. The grouping of 4 flowers, I can call. Now that would give a shopping excursion of 2 jokers to somebody, but I could call it. The greens I could call, the reds I could call, and I have all the wins I need. So that really helps speed up newer players when you think of what you're ready to call, what you can call. So I don't need the 1 crack. Right now, I'm just kind of watching what's being discarded, hoping that somebody discards a green or a red so I could start getting my hand together. I would love for someone to discard that first before. Now, I'm going to show you why I'm keeping the 3 and the 5 and not the 2 dot. Even though we moved away from that hand number 2 and we gave away one of the white dragons, keeping the 3 and the 5, if we pick a 4 bam with all these jokers, we could always pivot back to that second hand. So I'll get rid of the 2 dot. So we're really hoping someone throws a green or a red. I think we call it. Normally, I would not commit this early because I wouldn't want to give, because there's going to be people that trade for flowers. But so now if somebody throws a red and we have 4 flowers and 3 reds, or 4 flowers and 3 greens, I'm trying to look around and see what other hands. So we'll call that. So now it's pretty obvious what we need here. So we either need a wind or a soap or a green for the win. So there is no such thing as a hot wall or paying extra in National Mahjong League play. When you throw the winning tile, you pay double no matter where you are in the game. If you're playing for coins, if you self-pick it, then everyone pays double. So at least one person always pays double. Right now, if we pick a green or someone discards a green, we have a jokerless hand. So let's hope for a green. A flower that we don't need. So we could have waited, wouldn't necessarily have been our pick. But I just figured since we were set to call all exposures, to be on the offensive, now we're making people maybe break up their hands if they're figuring out what we're doing. So with 4 flowers and 3 dragons, I'm looking to see all the 4 flower hands. So now we're hoping to get a 7 crack. Or of course a green. No, we don't need a 2 crack. So on our website, modernmahjong.com, we have a PDF and we go through all the different groupings, what hands have 4 flowers, what hands have certain dragon exposures, what hands. So it's really helpful to know like which hands you could use jokers in every part of the grouping. Those are 9 universal backup hands. So certain things like that really can help you identify the card and help you know. So this is going to give away to people what we're not playing. So, but it helps you know what other players are playing and helps you pick a hand. So it's our PDF. It's available on Modern Mahjong. It's $10. You could print, you could keep on your computer. Look what we got. Jokerless and self-picked. Now, this was an incredible beginning of a hand. I wish that when we play, I start that beautifully. So the reason it says 100 points, the way Real Mahjong does it is it does it by coins, basically. So it's a 25-cent hand. it was jokerless at the end. Now I did use jokers in the beginning, but they were replaced. So that is the payout is based on how it is when you win. So it's jokerless bonus plus I picked that green. So every other player would give me $1. So I would have been a $3 hand. So since that was so quick, we could play again. So now let's see if we get as lovely of a deal. So not really. So we have an even, 1 even, 2 even, 3 even, 4, 5 even. We have 1, 7, 9 in one suit. The wins kind of really, there is wins in the 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 hand this year, but it's either the low 1, 3, 3, 5 with wins or 5, 7, 7, 9 with wins. So I think I'm going to get rid of, so north and south go with odd and east and west go with even for the most part in the winds and dragons section. The only numbers that repeat are the 9s, the 8s, and the 2s. So since the 8s and the 2s, I'm going to get rid of the south because those go with east. I'll get rid of the 9 and I don't really feel, I mean, some people might say go for a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 section. I'm just kind of breaking it up and passing that. I don't really feel, I like keeping the consecutive here just in case anything comes in. What I always do is sort them several ways by consecutive, by suit. So here we have 3, 3, and 9. We have 2, 3, 4. We have 7, 8, 9. There are hands where it repeats. We don't have any flowers. The bottom concealed hand in the consecutive run has a pair of flowers and then the same run twice. We don't really, a lot of times when I just kind of have a bunch of numbers, I look at consecutive run number 7, which is the second from the bottom with the Kong that matches the double number. Don't really see that here. The singles and pairs wins has a run with, but we only have 2 wins. So I'm going to go again, past the north, past the 3, past the, I'll do the 7. So, because the 3 and the 9, the 3, 6, 9 kind of double duty. So the 7, yes, it goes in the 1 through up. So that's funny. I'm getting 3s and 6s and 9s now. So let's see. I'm going to get rid of the wind. And now it kind of looks like we're getting more odd. We're getting 2, 2, and 8, 2 and 4. So I'll do east. I don't love passing. I'm not going to pass 2 3s. Don't love passing a 3 and a 6. But same thing with the 3 and the 9, but I'll go with that. So here I'm kind of pruning down to get to even numbers. Let's see. So if you look at the singles and pairs, there is a 2, 4, 6, 8 with a pair of matching dragons in 2 suits. Again, we're going to get rid of the 9, the south, and I think the 3, even though I don't love passing 3 6s and 9s in one, but all right, so now we're getting another even. So we don't need that 5 here. What's interesting is for the addition hand, which is the second hand in the 2, 4, 6, 8, we don't have any flowers, but it's an interesting hand when you don't have all 3 numbers. If you have 2 plus 4 is 6, and both of these use 2s and 6s, or if you have 2 plus 6 is 8. So we have 2s, we have 8, we have 6. So we could do 2, 6, 8 in these 3 suits. 2, 6, 8. I mean, then that's wasting all of these over here. If we do 2, 4, 6, 8, and then we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So a lot of them have like the matching kongs at the end or pungs at the end. So if we were able to get 2, 4, 6, 8, of course, we don't have any flowers here. We have 2, 4, and then 6, 8. We don't have any hands this year where we have 2 and 8 with the 4 and the 6 in the middle that are different. And then there's the concealed hand on the bottom where it's 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8. and then 3 of a kind in each. So I think that's actually the one we're closest to. So let's see. It would be 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, and then 3 eights, 3 eights, because the parentheses, it could be any even number. So I think in that case, I'm going to get rid of, just in case we switch to like a 2, 4, 6, 8, one of the universal hands with all the jokers. I'm going to get rid of this 2. And that didn't really give us anything. I could put the 7 here, but that doesn't help. So I'm going to get rid of the 7, the 3 crack, and the north. We're hoping for 6 dots. Oh, we did get a flower. Thank you, computer 2. So now we don't need the 3 dot. We don't need the 9 bam. It is the optional. We could keep the 2 or the 6, and we thought it was helpful, but I'd rather try to get another tile that helps, like an 8 bam or an 8 crack or a 6 bam or 4 dot, 6 dot, any of those. So let's see. Oh, so we did get an 8 dot, so that's good. So I just like to take stock and see what we need. We need another 4 dot, 6 dot, 8 dot, and then we need an 8 bam and an 8 crack. And that would be if we're playing that concealed hand on the bottom. Now there's a very similar hand with just a single 2, 4, 6, 8, but we would need 4 flowers and then 3 8 cracks, 3 8 bams. The thing that's good about that one is it's not concealed, we can call it. So let's keep going. Let's get rid of the 5 bam. We know we don't need that. So really, if the 8 crack is thrown, we would have to figure out if we're going to go for the 4th hand down. We would call that. We still kind of, if you look at singles and pairs, we have a lot towards that hand with the matching dragons, the 2nd hand down. Still pruning, just getting rid of tiles we don't need for any hand in either section. And a lot of people won't go for hands that they need pairs of if they don't have more of the pairs. Okie doke. So are we going to commit to the 4th hand? It's the first 8 crack out. We don't need to commit yet. I think we'll skip it for now. Okay, we don't need a 9 crack. I think we'll make our decision if it comes up again soon. So we have a 4 bam. So that's interesting. It's leading us towards that singles and pairs hand. We couldn't use our joker. We'd need 2 soaps here, which we have none. So I think we're going to abandon that. I don't think we're going to go for that. Interesting. So we need that for both the 2, 4, 6, 8, the 4th hand, or the concealed hand. So I'm going to start getting rid of some of the evens I don't need. I'm going to keep this 6 bam only because 2, 4, 6, 8 could always be a backup hand. Not that we're close to it at all. Oh, so now this is leading us again back towards the concealed hand. So I'm going to get rid of the 4 bam. We don't need that for any hand. So we need a 4 for the concealed hand. We need a 4 dot, a 6 dot, and an 8 bam and an 8 crack. For hand number 4, we can't call the flower. We would need 4 flowers. So we are not going to need that for any of them. So now hopefully maybe this might work as joker bait. We throw the 6 bam, maybe somebody will pick it up and expose it with a joker. Nope, no such luck. Nope, but it did get somebody else to discard their 6 bam. Okay, so let's get rid of it while we know it's safe. Sometimes you save it till later. It all depends. So we do need that tile if we're doing the concealed hand. We don't need a 7 bam for anything. So really, we're just keeping our options open between the 4th hand in 2, 4, 6, 8 and the last hand in 2, 4, 6, 8. And we're keeping track because if 2 more 6 dots go out, then that hand is is done to us. So now that we picked this, if we go here, we can call the 4th flower. We have a 2, a 4, a 6, and an 8. We wouldn't need this 2 dot. We wouldn't need this 8 dot. We can call the flower, we can call the 8 bam, and we can call the 8 crack. So the fact that we could call all of those groupings leads me to believe that that's a better option than the concealed one, which there's already 1 6 dot out and 1 8 dot out. Or actually, I think both 8 dots are out. So we have our 8 dots. We don't need those. So I'm going to get rid of the 2 dot and hopefully somebody will throw a flower or an 8 bam or an 8 crack. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to call it, this time we're only giving somebody one shopping excursion. And I'll throw the 6 crack. Now, the reason I'm throwing the 6 crack is I feel if I throw the 8 dot, then somebody might say, oh, 8s are safe and throw the 8 bam and the 8 crack. I'm not ready yet, really. So I'm going to throw the 6 crack. And now let's see if someone will throw. West. Maybe next time I'll throw the 8 dot. Maybe that'll inspire somebody to throw an 8 bam or an 8 crack again. Because I know 1 8 crack is out. All right, let's see. Oh, they took our joker. It took a while for somebody to get our joker. And it's interesting that there's no exposures anywhere. We're 46 tiles left. Ooh, very nice. So now all we need is either an 8 bam, oh, someone called it. We need an 8 bam, an 8 crack, or a red to exchange for the joker for the win. No, we don't need a 4 crack. Nope, they took one of their reds. There's still one left. And Mahjong! So we filtered back and forth between 2 hands in that section, and the non-concealed one was what came to us. We got rid of tiles we didn't need. Let's see. Wow. So computer 1 was doing flower 1, 2, 3 with the red dragons. So that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th hand down. They still needed a 1 crack because that's a pair. Computer 2 looks like they have wests and 5s, and so they really, I don't know what exactly, 4, 5, 6. And then computer 3, wow, they had a lot of 4s, but yeah, usually the computers are in much better shape. So we hope that you enjoyed those 2 games, and we are going to continue recording and discussing our decision making and letting you see what goes into being able to pick a section, have ideas in mind, whittle down tiles you don't need, and then narrowly focus on a hand, but always have a backup hand in mind, if you can. Hope that you enjoy and have a great day and a great game.